Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being patient. And okay, thank you so much for being patient as we start this webinar. My name is Chejina Ibele, and I'm the community manager of Study Hub's Digital Academy. Now, for those who just got who at if this is your first time attending our webinars, at Study Hub, we train young persons on premium digital skills like web development, graphics design, digital marketing. If you are interested in any of these courses, please go on the comment section there, and you can visit the link there or chat us up. You'll see a link there, and you can just easily click on the link, and it will be there. It would always be there to answer your questions or whatever inquiries you have to make. So today's series of Study Hub's webinar will be focused on negotiation skill. Now, all our webinars, if you notice, we all um, we all organize them in a way that it would cover most topics that would involve building your soft skill. So this month we'll be covering your negotiation skill. We have Zizi Aruya. She's here, and she's going to take us on that topic, negotiation. Zizi, thank you so much for joining us. Are you here?
Yeah, sure, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
I
Okay.
can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So I can go on, right?
Of course, you can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Zizi Aria, and I'm a business coach and consultant. Today, we'll be talking on mastering the art of negotiation. But first of all, let me just give you a little bit of info about myself. I am Lohis Aria by name, but most persons call me Zizi Aria. I'm a business coach and consultant. I have trained over 1,000 business owners. Yes, 1,000 business owners. That's since 2019, where I started officially as a business coach and consultant. Um, Also, I help business owners or prospective business owners with skills or strategies or to learn how to improve their branding, sales, marketing, and social media skills when it comes to business growth and all others. I do my best on that. So that's like my major. Today, we'll be talking on mastering the art of negotiation. And I'll be talking on 6 shortcuts to business persuasion. That's the art of negotiation and all that. The six are: number one, reciprocity; number two, scarcity; number three, authority; number four, consistency; number five, liking; and number six, consensus. So before we start the whole thing with the art of negotiation, um, I presume that every one of us here we're business owners, or we want to start a business, or maybe we just want to learn it for learning's sake. And when it comes to negotiation, we're also trying to talk about how to persuade persons to cut out whatever deal it is that we need. So when it comes to business, there's 6 things to put when we're talking on negotiation. And those 6 things are the things I just mentioned, but I'll mention them again. Number one is reciprocity. Number two is scarcity. Number three is authority. Number four, consistency. Number five is liking. And the last one, number six, is consensus. I don't know if I pronounced that last one well, but consensus. Those are the 6 major things when it comes to negotiation or persuading a customer to get whatever it is that you want to get. So the first thing we have here is reciprocity. When negotiating, you obviously have something in mind when you're with another person and you're trying to be it online or offline. When you're talking to a customer and you fall into that part where you have to negotiate with that customer, you have to negotiate with that client of yours. The first thing you need to take note of is reciprocity. Now, reciprocity doesn't necessarily come as the first thing that happens. Most times, it's after.
Just hold on. The network, it's her network. Just hold on. She'll come back in. Okay, welcome. Welcome back.
I know what happened. Okay, so I'm back now. Okay, so the first thing that we get to think about is reciprocity, and I'll use an example first of all to start. So the first example for reciprocity is this. So let's start with two examples, but I'll give the first one. So usually when you go out, I'm not so sure of how we do it in Nigeria, but usually when you go out, maybe to a restaurant or something, and the waiter serves you whatever it is you want. At the end of every meal, after paying, you're supposed to give tips. That's the normal thing. You give tips to the waiter or the waitress. That's what we do. More like this, take this to hold body, that kind of thing. And there's actually statistics that shows that these tips most times they don't come, or they come based on what the waiter is able to give. Now let me explain this well. So in high-end restaurants, maybe those restaurants like Chinese restaurants or those other very, very big restaurants. I'm not talking Chicken Republic and the rest because obviously you don't have waiters there. But I'm talking of places where you have waiters and it's compulsory to give tips. Now it says that when the waiter, maybe after serving the food and all that, and they're about to bring your bill, and then they give you one mint, that's one sweet or something. Whatever tip the customer was going to give the waiter increases by 3% just because of one sweet, like just a mint or whatever it's called. Now, it also showed that when this same waiter gives this client two mints, that's two sweets, it increases. Actually, it does not just double, it actually goes from 3% to 14%. Now, if it's then a case whereby, for example, after the the waiter or waitress or whichever has actually given this person the means and all, and then while walking they stop and say thank you so much for being nice, or whatever compliments they give, doing that whatever, it actually raises the tips from whatever it was supposed to be to 23%, which is a high percentage. Now, this is for restaurants. So when it comes to businesses, like one-on-one businesses, how does it actually affect your sales? This is how it works. So someone comes to you and they want to buy something. Now, we're not yet into the whole negotiation part, which I'm fully aware of, but I need you to note these things because they're also very important. Now, the first thing for reciprocity, when someone comes to you and and they buy something from you, it's very important for you to reciprocate. It comes in different ways. The first way it could come in is um when you give some extra gifts. Now, these gifts would come in form of sweets, chocolates. I know lots of brands who put chocolates in their packages to send to their customers and all that. That actually does a whole lot for brands than you would actually think. No matter what it is that you sell, or whatever product it is that you're actually giving out, you should be able to find a way to gift. This gift may come in form of sweets, like I said, sweet chocolate or whatever, or it could come off in an added feature to your brand. That's if you offer services to businesses. This would help you because they will talk about your brand to more persons, and aside that, it helps you with getting more reviews from your customers, which would really help your brand. So that's reciprocity. But now let's go down to negotiation skills. The first thing to note is don't negotiate, which is crazy because you're learning how to negotiate. So why do you say don't negotiate to persons? I'll explain to you. The first thing you should do when you're faced with a client that it most likely looks like you're about to negotiate, the first thing you do is to find out the value proposition. So basically, find out what this customer needs. The mistake most persons make is they talk more than they listen when it comes to business transactions. Someone could say, I want to rent a house. So I come up to this person and I tell them, oh, I want to rent an apartment. And the first thing they do is they show me all the apartments they have. They show me everything. That's not the first thing to do. If you're going to have to master the art of negotiation or anything, before getting into the whole don't negotiate thing, there are certain things you should put in place, which is finding out the value proposition. Because when you want to start negotiating with people and you're trying to say, okay, no, this is the price I want it, or this is what I want, or this is what I don't want, it causes a whole lot of things for you. So what you could do is, first of all, find out the value proposition. What is it that this customer needs? For example, the first time I wanted to get an apartment in Airport Road in Benin City, and I messaged this guy and I told him, oh, I want to rent a place. And he was like, okay, is there anything in particular you're looking for in this place? I'm like, yes. It's going to be my office and my house is going to be close by or something. But I'm really looking at having wooden floors in my apartment. That's what I want. And it was like, okay, wooden floors. And then he came up with different pictures of different houses. And he told me, okay, this one, this. And then I was able to say, okay, I'll pick this one. How much is it? And then we started from there. So the mistake most business owners make is they do not know the value proposition. They don't know what the customer is looking for. A customer could come to you and tell you, I want to get I want to buy an outfit, I want to buy a dress, or I want to buy this, or I want to buy anything. You need to find out what exactly is it that a customer is looking for. A customer could tell you, I like this, because that's like another problem. When you post, imagine as a business owner, you post something on your WhatsApp story or on Instagram, and someone says, I like this, maybe in the comment section or something, and you're mute because you don't know what to say next. You need to find out the value proposition. You need to find out what exactly is it that this customer wants. Now, when my agent was able to tell me, oh, these are the houses, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like this and this and this. And then he was like, is there any other special thing you need? I'm like, yes, in the kitchen. Please, I need cabinets in the kitchen. I don't want to have things messed around. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. So we were able to then go into the whole negotiation part because he was able to find out what I need. So the reason why some persons don't even get to the stage of negotiation is because they don't even know what the customer needs. A customer just tells you, I want to get a dress from you. And all of a sudden you're sending them all the dresses you have, or somebody comes to you and as a graphic designer tells you that I want to get a logo, and you're like, is it font or image or something? No, those are not the first things to ask. You should first of all ask the person, is there anyone you've seen that you actually like? So they come to you and they tell you, oh yes, I've seen a friend's own that looks like this or this. Some persons are not so good with like, because I've seen lots of business owners come up with big terms like, I don't know if it's called jargons or whatever, and they just tell you stuff like, I want, do you want to use the Calibri text or this? And I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So the best thing most time for a client that's just coming to you for the first time is to try to ask yourself, okay, ask this customer, be very direct, ask them, is there anything you've seen that you like? Is there anything in particular you're looking for? So when you find out the customer's problem, the customer's challenge, or the customer's value, whatever it is the customer values, it's easy for you to seal that deal. It's easy for you to get whatever it is you want when it comes to that negotiation stage, especially for persons who run services. So I would explain to you now, as a business coach, I'm faced with lots of business owners, small business owners, who want to get to a particular place in their business. And I do have the skills, I do have the knowledge to get them there. But sometimes they really can't afford me according to what they say. Now, there's this thing that people say, like, the reason why I'm making low sales in business is because people cannot afford me. And then that's when the whole negotiation thing comes up. And when the whole negotiation thing comes up, they lose. And then they start thinking of all the ways that they could have made that conversation better. So the first thing is to identify. what, like I said, the value proposition, what exactly does this client need? I'll use myself as an example. So there was a business owner who I told to pay a particular fee. And I told her, I said, this is the fee. I think I told her it was 15K for it. And she was like, she doesn't have money and she needs to get this and she needs to get that. And I really felt pity. But that 15K was really small for what I was going to do for her. So I really could not reduce it. And then I said, okay, no problem. And I chilled. And that conversation ended because I really didn't even know where to start from when it comes to negotiating anything. I was so confused, so I just chilled and I said, "Oh, okay, no problem. When you have it." And then I started learning about how to actually negotiate and get my way through it all. And so I decided to pop up a conversation. But before I popped up my conversation on her, I did a little bit of I monitored her postings on WhatsApp for 2 days. I checked out her Instagram page and all that. And then I messaged her, I'm like, "Hey Bonita, what's up?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I said, "Okay." So I asked her if there was any way I could help her. And she was like, "Yes, the stuff we talked about the other time and all that." She's still trying to gather money. And I'm like, "Okay, so what are the things you actually need in your business?" And she told me this and that. It came across the same Instagram, WhatsApp, sales, marketing, and all of that. After she said what she said, I was listening. I was very, very intentional in knowing the problems she had for her business. Unlike the other time, I came to sell my own stuff to her. I didn't care if she needed it or not. She needed that one, but it was only a small fragment of whatever it was. So this time around, when I'd heard her speak, I already knew the solutions, right? So what I did this time around was I told her, okay, that's cool. So I brought out all the things, all the problems she just told me she had. I put them in another English format. So it's more like she tells me, I don't make as much money. When I'm telling her, I say low sales, low or no sales. So basically, it's another English, but it's the same thing she said. So every problem she told me, I put it in another English that was still very, very simple for her to understand. And I told her, okay, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put you through this. I'm going to also follow up. This is our duration. It's flexible. I tried to put a lot of things in notes. I noted that she doesn't have as much time because she runs a business. Also, she also assists in some things at home. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be a flexible timing. I'm going to create a group chat for this so that it doesn't merge with our personal messages. And then everything she told me was her problem. I put all of them in it. And then there were some extra things I knew she needed. There were some apps she needed to get. There were some other stuff. There were some of my ebooks. And I said, you know what? I'll give you all of this for 20,000 naira. And this offer is only going to be available if you pay within the next 2 hours. Most of my things I do them within 2 hours. So I told them most of my when I want to make something scarce, I always say 2 hours. It's most likely 2 hours. And when I gave her, she was like, "Oh, I need this." And she was like, "Please send me your account number." And she was like, "Please, can I pay you 10K now? And I'll pay the balance of 10K in the evening." I'm like, "Oh, sure, it's fine." And then she paid. She made the first 10K payment. I acknowledged that I had received it, and then she made the second one. Now, what does this say? It says that the first time I approached her, which was I think 3 days before the next time I told her to pay 20K, I had come with my own thing. I didn't know what she wanted. So if you really want to get what you want to get from the whole negotiation or business, you need to find out what this other person needs. When you find that out, it's easy. It's so easy for you to negotiate because when you're negotiating, you can then sell back their own value, what they value to them. So if this person says money is an issue for me, you remind them of the solution that you have, comparing it to the problem that they have and your expertise, and you'll be able to get whatever it is you want. I'll break it down. I'll break it all down in case there's anything you don't understand. I'll still break it down as I'm going. So the second thing that I would note is never accept the first offer. So when you're negotiating, maybe you tell someone that, oh, they ask you maybe how much is this? Maybe if it's a service, most likely services, it's most times services we have more of negotiation being done than the usual products, because most times some product prices are very much fixed. So the second thing to note is never accept the first offer. So it's more like you tell this person that it's 20K and they tell you, it's only 5K I have. Don't just say, okay, send it. Don't just be okay with that one. You need to push further. Most times, even increase the price. Now, most times when persons are negotiating, there's this thing they fall into where you tell somebody 10K, and you really don't want to stress yourself anymore. So you just say something like, okay, no problem, send it. Do you get? Don't accept the first offer. They always have, if it's just like, we know our mothers, like when our mothers go to the to the markets to buy things, and then they want to pay someone, and then they're pricing the whole thing, and then they tell you stuff like, they say something like, this thing, madam, this meat is 5,000 naira. And then the typical African mother leaves 2,000 naira, leaves 3,000 naira, and says, you know, go agree for 1.5. And in your mind, you're like, bruh, this thing is actually worth 5,000. Like, you looking at it, you feel like it's 5,000. Most times they even say things like 1,000 naira. You know, give me 1,000, 1. And then you're like, what? And then later on, the person is like, no, nah, mama, check this meat out now. You're like, one thing. Next thing you hear is 1.3. Oh yeah, take. I go add 200 now. I want buy all that things. One thing. They're telling you that. And the thing is, you see, the price is always increasing. So imagine the buyer had said, maybe 5,000 naira, and then this person comes with 1,000 naira, and they say, okay, no problem. People always have more money. See, money would come if whatever it is the client wants to get is important. The money is not a problem. If you have a serious problem that is so important to you, money is not going to be an issue, even if you have 0 naira in your account. There are a lot of times where I've not had clients negotiate with me because the value that I am, the whatever it is they're looking for, I have that. Like, whatever value it is, I've been able to identify the value they need, and then I give it to them, and I let them know I have the solution. I don't just tell them that, okay, this money is not an issue when it comes to business. Forget that persons tell you I don't have the money. There are a lot of times that I have seen courses online that I need to get. I'm a fan of courses. I love taking courses, online courses, a lot. And I don't have the money, to be very, very honest. I don't have it. But when it's important to me, for example, there's some courses. There was a particular course that I think was it was about 3,000 naira. It was a 3,000 naira course for it was from one of the persons I look up to, although she's late now. And she was selling it for 3,000. It was actually in dollars, but the equivalent was 3,000 naira. And I honestly didn't have any money that period. I was broke, 0.00 in my account. And I saw it. And this was it. I know she's an expert. She knows what she's doing. But secondly, it was very scarce because I think it was just 5 hours left before that offer goes from 3K to 12K. Funny enough, I didn't even have the 3K, and I knew that with the 12K, I may still not even have it. But I had just 5 hours. I was damn broke. I don't think I had not even started business then. So I was just more of this person who used to like really love online courses. So what I did was somehow I found a way to have money. I didn't even have to ask my dad. I can't remember how I got the money. Okay, I think I asked my dad and he told me he doesn't have anything yet. So I'd have to wait till next week. And I'm like, oh my God. And I did not borrow money. I remember I did not borrow money. I just found a way to tell someone, hey, what's up? Let me post your business on my WhatsApp. I have people who buy stuff because I do have persons who buy stuff from my WhatsApp story. I'm like, I'll run a WhatsApp ad for you. And they're like, one thing. I'm like, how much? And I'm like, okay, just give me 1,000 naira. I'll do it. And she's like, okay. And then I went on to meet persons till I was able to I think I got 7K that day. And then I paid the 3,000 naira I was supposed to pay for that course. And that was it. Because I really, really wanted that course. It was something that I was thinking of becoming a business coach officially. And I needed to be able to write certain things. There were some things I really needed to learn that were in that package. So money is not an issue. People will look for money, even if it means they should borrow money. So you only have to find out what is valuable to them, and then you'll be able to get that. So understand, never accept the first offer. They have more. If somebody is willing to say it's 3K I have, trust me, they have more than 3K. If they don't have more than 3K, even when they send you, this is how my account balance looks like, Don't just accept the first offer. Keep pushing. So that's another thing for you to know that money is not an issue. Then when it comes to negotiation, do not price backward, price forward. Don't price backward, price forward. So for example, there are certain things whereby you see someone say something like, the normal thing people would say you should do is, if you're faced with a customer that says, oh, I want to buy this thing, and you tell them 10,000 naira and they say it's expensive, that what they have is 6,000 naira, then you give them something else and tell them it's 15,000 naira. Now it looks very stupid. Yeah, it looks stupid. Like, this person just told you they don't have 10,000 naira. Why are you bringing up an offer that's 15,000 naira? So the only way you can bring an offer that's 15,000 naira is if you're giving them something extra, obviously. Now, so this is how I have applied it in my business. I'll teach you how I've applied it to my business, and also teach you how a friend of mine has also applied it in her business. She's more of a product business, and I am a service business. So for a service business like mine, this is what I do. So I have had some clients come to me and they want to get something, and maybe it's 3K, maybe it's an ebook. An ebook is 3K. And for example, I chat them up and I ask them, okay, what's up with your business? What's it? And they tell me what's up. And I tell them, okay, get this ebook. This ebook is 3,000 naira. You can get it. And then they're like, I don't have 3,000 naira this period. And I try to talk to them. I try to find out why, because really money is really not an issue like that. It isn't, because persons can get money. Do you get? So it's how you're selling it. Now, so when they say, oh, they don't have money for this, I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, please now reduce the price for me. I'm like, okay, this is one I have. And then I showed them another one that solves two other issues that they're talking about. I'm like, I can give you this three. I can give you this three for 5K. Now, somebody that said they don't have 3,000 naira to give me, they're like, oh, 5K for this three. Huh. And then they obviously know that majority of my ebooks may be 3,000 naira. So it's like, so I get to save 4,000 naira if I buy this stuff if I buy these things for 5K. So instead of 3K, 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 which is 9K, I get to buy it for 5K. They're like, oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Send me your account details. I'll send it to you. It's either they are sending the full amount immediately or they want to pay half price. So that's like another thing too, being able to look for flexible payments for your customers. That's if your business is the kind that can accept flexible payments. But obviously you don't get to give them the whole full thing before they complete their payment. So that's, for me, that's a service business. Now for my friend, that's more of a product business. How exactly does she price upward? So this is it. Someone comes to her and tells her, oh, I want to buy this. I want to buy this item. I want to buy this dress. And she goes, okay, sure. And she tells the person, oh, it's 7,000 naira. And they're like, no, I don't have 7,000 naira. Won't you take it? Won't you give it to me for 5,000? And she's like, no, sis. And she tries to explain, oh, this dress is comfy. This dress is this. And then the person goes, no, I don't have that money. And she's like, oh, there's another thing I think you may like. And then she brings that particular dress and adds it. And she's like, you can get this too for 12,000 naira. And she's like, oh, really? Now, this first dress is 7,000 naira. The next dress is, I think, most times maybe 8 or 9K. So you can get it for 12K. So you're offering something more. It may not even be another dress in case you want to do that. It may just be something extra, maybe a headband or something, or free delivery. You can use different things to up your price. And then she does that and she's like, oh, okay, no problem. Give me this too. And do you have any other one? There's this jacket I've been looking for. And then she sends it to her and she's like, okay, sure, I have it. Or I don't have it. And she's like, okay, send me your account details. And then the person gives it to her. Very simple and neat. So don't always, because this is it, when you are faced with a customer that wants to buy something from you, that wants to patronize you, product or service, the first thing to think of when someone cannot afford your services, especially as a small business owner that's just starting, it is extremely easy to price backward. That's the first thing that comes to almost every business owner's head. Let me price price backward. So it's like she said she cannot afford 10K. Okay, we'll be able to pay 7K. We'll be able to do this. I'm not saying there are no exceptions. Yes, there are times there are exceptions, but you should also learn the art of pricing forward. So go forward in your request. Don't always go backward. everything. Now, another thing when it comes to negotiation is creating scarcity. Scarcity is very, very important when it comes to negotiation, making sales or whatever it is. Scarcity. Now, what do I mean by scarcity? You would reduce the amount of negotiation you have in your business if you are able to create scarcity. So most times, someone comes to me for WhatsApp ads, and honestly, I have like a whole lot of ads to do on WhatsApp every time, even though I don't run the WhatsApp TV. I'm just like a person. And when it when it comes to me and they tell me, oh, I want to run WhatsApp ad, I give them my charges, my rates, and underneath it is boldly written there. If you pay within the next 2 hours, you get from 1 to 3 days extra. So basically, let's assume you want to do a 1 day ad, which is 2,000 naira as at now. If you're doing a 1 day ad, which is 2,000, which means I leave it in my story for the next 24 hours, I would give you 1, 2, or 3 extra days. And when you realize that, okay, you're paying for a 1 day ad, maybe a 3 days ad is, I think, 5,000 naira. Yeah. A 3 days ad is 5,000 naira. Now, you know that when you pay me for a 1 day ad, I'm going to give you an extra day ad, which is 2,000 naira, which is what, 2,000 naira. Yeah. So, so you get to save 2,000 naira extra by paying 2,000 naira. Most persons take it. I am very, very certain about 2 hours. So I've created that scarcity, and you see it a whole lot. I'm sure now, this is the last Black Friday we are having. If you check your emails, your emails are definitely filled with Black Friday is about to end. One thing. Cyber Monday is on Monday. Yeah. So you're going to see countdowns. You see someone is about to end their sales, they tell you this. They tell you, so maybe someone wants to do sales and they tell you they only have 10 items in each category. So if you're buying so and so thing, we only have 10 of it. So this person is creating scarcity because in your mind you're like 10. What if this 10 finish? Or somebody says the first 5 persons to message me, the first 5 persons to purchase this, we get it at 5,000 naira. And all of a sudden, everybody is messaging it. And you see how they do it. Maybe one person messages them and says, oh, yes, please, I want to have this. And the person pays. They take a screenshot. They post it on WhatsApp or on Instagram and says, persons are paying already. Now, in your mind, the goods are about to finish. But it's only one person that they posted. Not 5, not 10, just one. So it's a thing of the mind. Negotiation, sales in business, everything is all in mind, like all in the mind. They make you think what you think. So you have to create scarcity, whether you're doing it in sales, where if you want to give, if you decide for any reason to give discounts, make sure that you try to create a form of scarcity. When it comes to products or whatever it is, you have to create scarcity. It helps you with your sales. It helps you with a whole lot of things. So creating scarcity it is. Now, the next thing is authority. So when it comes to when you're negotiating or when you want to make sales, authority is needed. This is you showing your expertise, showing the fact that, yes, I can do this thing. Letting this other person know that this is my thing. Authority comes in different forms. Yeah. Authority could come from how do I put it? Authority could come from you letting showing them the solution. So especially for a service business, showing as a business coach, how do I show my authority? So someone comes to me and tells me that they are not making lots of sales on WhatsApp, or they don't have enough views on WhatsApp. When I want to give them my solution, for example, I tell them, okay, you don't make enough sales. I try to check their WhatsApp story. I try to check their WhatsApp story to check, okay, how exactly do they sell here on WhatsApp, and I try to find out how they sell on WhatsApp and their marketing skills. How do they do their captions? How do they post their pictures? These are some of the things that persons look out. If you're going to negotiate, this other person needs to know that you have authority in your field. So I could then come up with things like, for example, this post you made. This would have been a better caption. I would buy it if this, I give them, oh, this is something that would have worked, or this is this. I prefer solutions that are already useful. They can implement without it. It's a free bonus, but they will still need me. Like they have to pay me to like get the other part. So you have to show your authority. You have to show that you're good at the thing you do. Authority in maybe other, for example, you're a graphic designer, your authority may come in form of reviews. So how many other persons have you worked for? What are their works like? So this person knows that this person is good. So that's like your authority. You're able to show that this is my field. This is what I do. I am a master here. You understand me? So that's another thing when it comes to negotiation. And I think for me, the most important thing in every form of negotiation is you really getting to understand what that other person wants. When you know what that other person wants, to be very honest with you, you would make sales. I think that's the number one key. That's the major key. Every other thing is just like an added jar. But when you know what this other person wants, it's easy for you. When you're able to price forward and not backward, life becomes easy for you. And always stick to your gut. So the next thing you're to note is um okay, it's watch out for the salami effect. So there's something called the salami effect. So for example, you sell things in bundles. Maybe you're someone who does let's say you do how do I put it? Not very sure of the industries. So for example, you take care of getting people's things in their house. So maybe they get the let me see what I can do. Okay, let's just use bed sheets. I think bed sheets are easier. So we have the bed sheets, we have the pillowcases and all of that. So for example, that is a bundle that you sell. Let's just assume that's a bundle that you sell. One of the highest mistakes you can make is tell someone that because you're trying to make sure this person buys from you. You are so desperate for this person to buy from you. You say, you see, the thing is, this pillowcase is now, one. I'm telling you, one is 1,000 naira. Then the bedsheet gun itself is 2,000 naira. So it's now 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, 4,000. That's what I'm telling you is 4,000 naira. When you do that, all of a sudden the person now creates an option of, you know what? I don't need the bedsheets. I don't need the pillowcases. You can take it. It's just that bedsheet gongo I want. Only that one. Just give me that one. So now you've lost extra money because you broke it down. What they wanted initially was just get me my bed sheet, which already comes with the pillowcases. So watch out for that. And watch out for persons who also come to you and tell you, what if you remove this one and remove this one? What will happen? Yes, we know there are businesses that are broken down that yes, you can buy a part and buy another part. But don't be the one to initiate the conversation. If this person is telling you this is what they want to buy, focus on that in your negotiation. Don't try to dismantle everything before it even starts. Then another thing is never make a quick deal. So for example, you want to negotiate with someone for whatever it is that you want to get. Don't be so easy to make a quick deal. Don't be so easy to just wrap it up because you're doing something or whatever. Don't start a negotiation if you don't have enough time. If you know you are too busy, then don't even start. Like, don't even start the negotiation process. Just relax. Don't start it if you know you don't have enough time. Never make a quick deal. Take your time. If you need to process things, if there is something going on, instead of lashing out or anything, you relax. Don't make a quick deal. There's some customers that are going to now, why don't you make a quick deal? Why don't you make it? The reason you don't make a quick deal is because you don't want to have to regret it. There are enough things to regret in business. Trust me. There are lots of things that you're going to regret in your business. But having to have a case whereby it was because you just wanted to quickly wrap it up. You wanted to quickly have the money in your account because there's something you need to finish by so and so time. It's a different thing when, for example, when I was trying to make sure I got the money because I had a deadline, I still did not try to rush the other person. What I simply did when I wanted to get 3K to buy a course I wanted to get, what I simply did was I looked for value. I tried to find, I know lots of persons that are doing good but would do better if I post about their business. And so what I did was I brought out an offer and I created scarcity. I showed this other person my authority. So they know that, yes, even if I let persons know a lot. It's one thing I'm very, very proud of. I would boldly tell you, Go to WhatsApp TVs that have 9,000 views in 24 hours. You still can never compare them to my WhatsApp views. My WhatsApp views are, I think they're already 500 plus. But I am still, like, I am always very proud to say that I would do more, I would give you more value than someone who has 9,000 views. And that's because I know that, okay, I have a very, very good quality, like I have good quality audience with me. So you need to, that's one of the reasons why you don't make a quick deal. You know what you're worth. Even though you're a business owner, you really need that money, something. Don't make a quick deal. Take your time. Because most times for quick deals where you are most likely to price backward, and all of a sudden it's like you are doing the business or you are getting done, like you're getting the work done and you're not happy about it. There are some jobs that you want to do and you're just not happy. You, first of all, you've eaten the money. It's then you realize that they did not even pay you enough and they are talking loud in your ear. So which are some of the reasons why you don't make a very quick deal. Take your time. Take your time. Like the person say there are missed opportunities. I think as long as you're alive, there will always be something better. Something else is always going to come up. So don't be so quick to just make a deal and get out of it, because you may then have a regret. Now, that's the reason. Is there anything that so far, if there's like any question that needs to be answered, please let me know so I can answer them. Is there any question from anybody? I'm sorry I didn't ask this earlier, but is there any question from anybody? Please ask. I'm waiting.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Time. Yeah, I have a question. You said
Okay.
when we are negotiating, we should avoid, you know,
I can't hear you. Sorry.
achievable. Hello,
Uh,
please, can you hear me
okay,
now?
yes, I can hear you now. What did you say?
Uh, Good. So when you said we should not price backward,
Yes.
we are in, I don't know, probably we live in a different world, but in a place where I am doing business, trying to get things done, most of the time, even people that have the money, they will always want, I said,
Okay.
I'm not getting this thing for, they're coming back.
Okay. Can you also type out your question in the in-call messages? Because I think from what I heard, what you said is that in the business where you work in, there are persons who have the money, but they are still not going to pay you that money. They still want to price backward. Is that what you said?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay then. Totally understood. Is there another question? Do you have any other question aside that? Hello. Okay, that's strange. Okay. Anyways, I'll just explain now. Because I
You
don't know
can
if
go
I
on.
can hear you. Okay.
Can you
I
hear
can go
me?
on, right?
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay. So the truth is, this is it. Everybody is not your customer. That's one thing you should know. One, you're in business. Everybody is not your customer. Not everybody that messages you is your customer. That's number one. Number two, I totally understand. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Benin City. So yes, I do have a whole lot of customers who would tell me stuff like, I know they can afford it. I know lots of persons who can afford whatever it is. And you know what's even more, like, what's painful, like way more painful, is when someone tells you that they cannot afford your product, but they go to someone that sells things that are even way more expensive than yours and they buy it. A friend of mine was telling me the other day that there was this girl who came to meet her. She wanted to buy something, and then she told her that, oh, this thing is 10K. And the girl was like, I don't have money, oh, I don't have money, oh. And the girl didn't buy. But then went to someone else that sells it for 25K and bought it from her. And I'm like, what? What's that? So I had to message my mentor to really get him to explain to me what just happened. Because I've also seen some scenarios whereby a business owner comes to me and they tell me that they don't have money to buy a course of mine. There was a time I used to sell my courses for 1,000 naira. 2,000 naira was even very expensive. Like, and when I teach, I'm teaching with my whole heart. Like, I could tell you I want to teach you one topic, I end up teaching you 14 topics. That's how I used to do. Like, it was not even me doing giveaway. It was just because I liked to do whatever it was I was doing. But at the end of the day, there was this particular person that told me she did not have, I think she told me she did not have 1.5 to give me for something that I knew was very expensive. I know some business persons who would teach you that same course and they will be taking 30K from you. But I was taking 1.5 because I felt like I did not actually know, like, I felt like I was not big enough to charge big. And I saw this girl in someone's, and I saw this girl as part of the person that this person was giving a review of, that got a product from her. The same thing I thought I was going to give her for 1.5, and trust me, I was going to give her extra stuff. She bought it from someone else for 15K, 15,000 naira, and I was asking you for 1.5. That is the tithe. Like, I was asking you for 10% of that, and you didn't pay me, but you paid someone else for it. So that's the thing. There are always going to be persons that would complain. That's why I said price is not an issue, which is the reason why you should price forward or state your price and let your price be your price. But pricing backwards doesn't always work. Yes, there are exceptions to it where you could allow some things to go back, but make sure that in all of your pricing, you are not at the losing end. If it is a situation whereby you are at the losing end, please just forget about it. Another customer will come. Go out of your way and look out for another customer. And one of the reasons why it would easily get to a business owner when they are not able to kick a sales is when they don't have enough persons to service. So the only reason I would notice that this person is not going to pay me for something is because I don't have any other person that is going to pay me. But when I got to understand that, which is one of the reasons why you need to put your all into your marketing, into your sales, into social media, because that's what's going to get you more. Put your strength into those things so that you don't have to bother when somebody underprices you. You just won't agree to it. So, for example, yesterday I was coming back with my cousin, and there was this guy who was trying to buy a phone from my cousin. And he kept telling my cousin, I don't have this money. This is what I have. And my cousin kept pushing and saying, no, get this one or get the other one or get the UK use. But if it's this one, buy it at this price. In fact, I would give you for the price I received it from Lagos. He even showed the guy the proof. Well, this is the price I using. This is the receipt. This is everything. Take it for that price. And the guy kept saying, no, I don't have enough money. One thing, one thing, one thing, one thing. And my cousin was able to say, okay, you know what? You just come tomorrow. And my cousin was able to convince him to just get the UK. It's just not available as at then. You understand? And the guy said, okay, no problem. Whether he will or he won't, we dropped him off at wherever he was supposed to drop off. And my cousin was like, this guy has money, but he just doesn't want to pay. So there are always going to be clients that we have money, but we not pay you. And the most painful part is they will go and meet someone else that's charging higher than you or does not even know work as good as you, and they will pay that person more. It's a normal thing in business. Don't let it get to you. Just move on. Know that that person is not your customer right now. The person may be your customer in the future. No wahala. But do not price backward. When you're pricing backward, let it be an exception, but make sure that it is not taking out your profits. It is not taking out your profit. The reason why pricing backward would hurt you is because most times it takes out your profits. You finally get to do things and you now start regretting it. That's another thing. So that's why I don't advise you to price backward. Price forward or stick with your price or sell the value back to them. Let them know, sell value. For example, one of the things I started doing with my cousin's clients, because to an extent I manage some of the things in his businesses, was I tell you when I'm trying to sort out some things with certain types of people, I tell them you're going to have 365 days of 24/7 support, customer care support. So if there's anything that's wrong with your phone, you can let us know. We'll make sure we sort it out. We won't repair it for free, but we'll make sure we sort it out. If all of a sudden you need to okay, let me explain this to you. So, for example, my cousin sells phones, and there was a time we wanted to get more persons to patronize us. Now, this was what happened. In some other offices that they sold phones in, when you finish getting your phone, lots of persons did not, most likely iPhones, lots of persons did not know how they would get music into their phone because they could not pay for Apple Music. Some others, they wanted to open their iCloud, but did not know how to open an iCloud. So other businesses would charge them 3,000 naira for an iCloud. 3,000 naira for an iCloud, and like to open an iCloud for them, which honestly is just like opening a Gmail for someone who's more tech savvy or whatever it is. Like the average person just knows how to open an iCloud. But these were even young persons, like persons that were 23 years old, 19, 24, 25, 26, 27. They actually do not know how to open an iCloud. So we decided to sell this offer to them. You buy a phone from us at the same price that we're going to, that other persons are even selling it to you, sometimes even slightly higher than some persons there. But would open your iCloud for you for free, which is 3K. You are keeping 3K to yourself already, yeah? The next thing is, since Apple Music is going to be something that you cannot actually pay for right now, we're going to show you some other apps that you could use to download your music from, most likely AudioMac. And so AudioMac, and then we would use our own Wi-Fi to set up your iPhone for you and also download some music for you. Now, these are just extra services that have been added, and all of a sudden, the person feels like they've gotten a whole lot. These things could be done for free, these things could be charged, but they are charged elsewhere, and we got them for free to this person. So don't price backward. Stick with your price. You can add some extra things that you know you would not lose on. Understand the value. That's it. Us understanding that most persons within that age bracket that come here, and most times it tends to be G boys and the rest. Yeah, and most times you don't get to, like, I don't know how they don't know how to open an iCloud, but they don't know how to. So these are some of the things you should note. So I don't know if I really, really did answer your question as regards why you should not price backward. But the most important reason why you should not price backward is because not everybody is your customer. That's just it. Not everybody is your customer. So don't kill yourself about it. There are some persons who even like there are some persons that sell hairs, and there are some persons that sell hairs, and the same hairs they are selling for maybe 50K. The same hair. It's not a different hair. The same hair they are selling for 50K. Somebody else is selling it for 80K. Somebody else is selling it for 80K. And this person selling for 50K is not getting as much customers as the person selling for 80K. So that it's very simple, because not everybody is your customer. Some persons are not going to buy from you because they feel like, why are you selling it for 50K? Even if it's an original thing, I don't want to buy it from you. Do you understand? And so that's one of the major reasons why you shouldn't price backward. Did I answer your question? Let me know. And is there any other question that anybody wants to ask as regards anything, so I can know and I can respond to it immediately? Then while you're asking your question or typing, I would go ahead to explain the rest. So the next thing we have in terms of negotiation
The second
is,
question.
oh, okay, I'm here.
Thank you. You actually answered my question. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Quickly, in the course of your speaking, you spoke about you running WhatsApp ads for people
Yeah. Can't hear anything.
too. I just want to know.
Okay, can you type what you just said, because I'm having issues like always hearing your questions fully. So if you could type it, it would really help, because I'm having issues hearing you like completely. Only thing I heard was you do WhatsApp ads. Do I promote YouTube channels too? Yes, I do. I also promote YouTube channels. So we'll go
Hello,
back.
Vivian. Have a question.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. First of all, let me thank you for your efforts and for teaching us so far.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to know, okay, for instance, you are in a market setting
Okay.
where like 10 of your neighbors are selling exactly the same thing you are selling. Like it's a
Okay.
uniform line, and everybody wants to sell. And
Okay.
you know that if you don't sell for this customer, the person can just go
Yeah.
on to your neighbor and just price, and your neighbor will just sell for the person, even when
Yeah.
that price is not good enough for that particular item. What do you do in such a situation?
Okay. Thanks for the question. First thing is it a physical market or an online market?
Yes, physical market.
Okay. So if it's a physical market and this person comes up to you and tells you, "Oh, I want to buy this thing," and you have just given your best price to this person, and this person tells you no, and obviously they can go to the next person to buy. Now, when it comes to negotiation, there, what you can do is, like I said, we really don't have. I don't think when it's physical, you don't get to have as much time to find out the value because they just want what they want and they want to get out. So when you're negotiating on that particular thing, you can just try to sell out some of the values of that dress. So, what business are you into? Can you give me like a live example so it's easier for me to explain it?
Okay, for example, I help my mom manage her business.
Okay.
She sells children clothes and accessories, and
Okay.
most people around her sell the same things also, even if she's in a better location. But customers' eyes are always everywhere. Like the whole place is just enticing. When they enter your shop, they start looking around, and maybe you just give them a price that is suitable to you, and maybe not to them. They just run off to the next shop and
Okay.
buy from there.
Okay, then. Thank you. I understand your question well. Now, first things first is the first thing that happens there is the customer service. How welcoming are you when they come? Because the truth is, some persons stick to some brands simply because of their customer service. So when this person comes in, before we get to the negotiation part, how is this person welcomed? Like I said, reciprocity is something that people deal with. So you see the same thing we do where I give an example as regards persons waiting after, like when they want you to tip them, they give you sweet or something. Now when someone comes, you could decide to give them something as simple, funny enough as sweet or whatever it is, and how you respond to them. Oh, good afternoon, good evening, what do you need, and all that. And they tell you, oh, they want to buy this baby dress, and then you tell them that, it's 6,500 naira for this one, and they tell you, it's very expensive. Oh, I even went to this other shop and they told me that is 4,000 naira there, but just say let me come here and check if it is. I said let me come here and check, and you're telling me that it's 6,500 naira, and you're fully much very aware that you cannot do lower than 6,500. You don't want to price backwards. So it's either you do this thing, like I said, adding extra things to you and ask them if there any other thing they want to get. So maybe there's something extra they want to get. So you could decide to add that one to it and say that you would give, but you would give both of those things maybe at a slashed whatever, but not necessarily removing your profit from it. Or what you could do is, in terms of negotiating on that particular aspect, is you could okay, let me see this. How do I put this? Okay, let me see. How do I do this? Okay, so this person comes to you and tells you that, okay, this is what I want, and all of a sudden your price is higher than the next person's own. So you sell the value back to them. So you could tell them that, oh, this baby dress is very comfortable on your baby. If your baby wears it, one thing. It is long lasting. When people want to buy things, they look at durability. How long is this thing going to last me? It's original. You sell the features. It's just like when you go to a typical Igbo person's shop, they tell you, this thing will last you long enough for one thing. They are selling, you sell the features of those things that you think that this person may like. That, okay, it's long lasting. It will last them a long amount of time. And when it comes to, okay, let me see how best I could explain this. Um you sell the features, it's comfortable on the child, it's long lasting, and with this one, if they add any other thing to it, you would give them a discount. So that makes them either search for something else to add, or we have customers who will tell you, this is the only thing I want to buy. So you still stick to your price and tell them that, okay, it's 6,500 and I'll just package it for you so you can have it. Just close the deal by yourself. it works on some persons, it doesn't work on some persons. But try it either ways. You tell them this is 6.5, they tell you it's very expensive. You tell them yes, you agree with them. When a customer comes to tell you that this thing is very expensive, don't tell them no, it's not. Because maybe you yourself, you know that you are giving a very great deal. The first thing to do is to accept that this person is right. Yes, you are the one that went to the market, you are the one that know what you went through or whatever it is, but accept them that yes, if they tell you, oh, this is very is very, very costly, you tell them yes, I understand. And then when you tell them yes, you understand, then you go on with your, although if you get this is you just sell whatever value it is that there is to sell, or you can let the customer go. Most preferably, is your mom's business on social media?
Not yet.
Sorry, I didn't get that. What did you say?
Not yet, but we are working on
Oh,
that. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. Not yet. Okay, so good.
Yeah.
So I think one of the reasons why I'm presuming you would note these things is because of the customers. So if customers are not coming as much as they should, it's easy for you to place factors on customers who come and they don't get to pay. So most times you just need to accept that sometimes that is really not your mother's customer. That is just not your customer. So they can go to every other person. So coming online on social media may help you reduce certain things that you really don't care if person's coming or not. So first thing to do is accept this person. This person that said that 6.5 is very is it's expensive. Agree with them. Yes, be agreeable when it comes to business. Yes, I understand that it's more expensive. Then sell whatever it is that you need to sell. Sell it to them, sell the value to them. And if they still do not agree to it, if it's a price that you can go back on, maybe it's 6.5, and maybe yes, you can deal with 6,003 or 6,000, then no problem. And most times when persons tell you that they've gone to other places and other persons told them 4,000, it's most likely they did not even go anywhere. Because I know a lot of time my mom tells me she went somewhere and I'm like, you didn't go nowhere, you've been here since this is the first place we're going to here, when she's talking to some person that sells stuff at the market. So you need to understand that yes, not everybody is your customer. Agree with them that they are actually right with them saying that your things are expensive. Not yes, it is expensive. That's not you agreeing with them. Just say yes, I understand. That has said whatever it is. So now they are cool. But when you say no, it's not, that's when you start hearing things like, I did tell you, I say I go this person's shop. The person say, don't bother arguing with them. Just agree. And then you can now start making your claims to try to convince them to buy whatever it is. Was I able to answer it a bit?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, aside all these things that I have actually said here, I'm still going to take out time. I'm going to talk with Mami Bele and to try to find out a way that I could also some of the questions you've asked here. I do think that when I'm done with this call, it is very, very normal for me to find out other ways that I could have answered your questions. So today is Saturday. So most likely tomorrow or tomorrow evening, whichever, I'm going to find a way to get across some answers or whatever to every one of you. I'm going to find a way to talk to Mami Billy about it so we can sort it out. So if you ask me any questions today, I've actually written those questions down. So even though I've answered it now, I know that there's going to be a better reply to all these questions. So once I get them by tomorrow, I would make sure I get it across to every one of you. Is that fine? So I'll go ahead to the next thing. So we've created scarcity, we've understood our authority. We still have 3 more, which is I'll just go through them quickly.
Yes, it's fine.
So
Thank you very much.
okay. So does anybody have any other question? Just in case. Okay, so someone said, so basically the art of negotiation is okay. So art of negotiation basically is you're trying to look at what's the best way I can negotiate with a client that's coming to me, and most likely it's a situation whereby I have to is it negotiate? Negotiate is still the same word, where we have to like really talk about the price or talk about my service with them. But the most important thing for whatever negotiation art is, you need to look at the value. the value of what you are giving. Look at the price that it equates, or the price that you could give to it. Look at your customer service. Look at understanding the fact that not everybody's your customer. So I think by the time you realize that not everybody's your customer, you actually reduce the amount of stress you put on yourself and on your business. Your business is going to grow at a good rate. So it's easy for you to just understand that not everybody is my customer. That's the first thing. Just understand not everybody is your customer before starting anything. Do not underprice yourself. Don't underprice your business. There's going to be somebody that would buy from you. Most times, whenever I'm trying to sell, for example, I want to make maybe I want to make 50,000 naira. When I'm trying to sell, what I try to do is, if I say, okay, I want to make 5 sales today, I want to sell to 5 persons today. 5 persons are going to buy a course of mine. Let's assume the course is 10,000 naira. That is going to give me 50,000 naira, and I want 5 persons to buy it. What I always do is, I message from these 5 persons, I message 50 people, and my own is at least 10% of these persons will buy my ebook. That's what I do. When I want something to get done, I increase the amount of persons I talk to. That's just one rule of business. If you really want to get something, then increase the amount of persons you talk to. So if I want to get 5 sales, I talk to 50 persons. From those 50 persons, let's say 1 in every 10 persons is going to say, okay, yes. Another from those first set of 10 persons, 2 other persons may be interested but don't have the money to buy right now. Do you understand? So these are some of the things that you need to really get to understand. So negotiation in business basically just helps you make sales in a situation whereby your prices are not fixed, or they may be fixed but they are flexible of some sort. That's another thing. So we look at consistency. So when it comes to consistency, one of the things that happen is, for example, you've already talked to a client, and this client now says that they are not buying, or they will go and buy somewhere else, and the conversation ends. One of the mistakes that most business owners do make is that they forget about that client totally. There's some clients that come to me. What I do is I make the most of my WhatsApp. So I really get to use my labels on WhatsApp. So what I do is I have something I called re-customers, like RE dash customers. So those are customers that I'm going to go back to. They came to me, they told me they were interested in something, but your price is too heavy, or they're going to go somewhere else. So what I do is I come back to you, maybe after 2 days or after 3 days, I come back to you to ask you, how are you doing? I remind you, and when I'm reminding, I say things like, this is a gentle reminder as regards, or whatever. I try to make sure I put gentle reminders so they don't take my tone somehow, like I don't know, so they don't misplace my tone or miss whatever my tone. And most times they're like, well, yes, but it's still very expensive. And then I try to resell to them again. So you should always be ready to have a sales script. So when you have a sales script, it's easy for you. So sales script is something that, for example, somebody comes up to you with, this is the reason why I cannot buy. So you let them know, this is the reason why you should buy. You give them a script. There's a script for every business. There are sales scripts to it. I have my sales script. When I'm talking to clients and this client says that, oh, I cannot pay because of this, I tell them, oh, okay. And then I push up my sales script one. When the person then says, oh, okay, I like this one, but they give me another excuse, and then I give them this. Because most time negotiation is filled with excuses, from money excuse to location excuse to how their bank account has been blocked by CBN, to different things. People have different reasons why they cannot buy something from you. So you have to be consistent in also negotiating. You don't just think of a customer and then drop it. Sometimes some customers come to me and then they tell me they're going to buy something from somebody else. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. And then I go back to tell them, oh, have you gotten this thing that you wanted to get the other time? And they're like, yes, I have. And I'm like, oh, okay, how's it working? And tell me it's working good. I'm like, okay, if you need any of my services, I'm here. So still they feel like, oh, I didn't buy something from this girl, but she's telling me if I need her service, I'm here. So when any problem pops up, they come back to me and they're like, hey, so this thing, and I offer my services to them, and then they still come and we sort out things together. So that's one thing about consistency in negotiation. You have to be consistent. You have to also be consistently telling them this is your price. Don't always go down, because most time that's why a lot of small business owners lose in business. They don't have profit. And the painful part is that most business owners don't even know how to calculate their profit in business. They don't know how to. I'll be very honest. And that's one thing you need to learn. So consistency is a good thing. Another thing is liking. So it's easy for you to negotiate if the customer likes you. If the customer has issues with you, it's very hard to even start or continue or end the negotiation process. It's very, very hard. So liking, now, how does your customer get to like you? That is basically based on your customer service, how you respond to the customer. I know of someone that a friend of mine that likes buying things from small business owners, and then she messaged me one day and she was like, Lois, I really don't need this stuff, but I talked to someone from your class, from your business class, because I met her on the business class and I was like, oh, today I just want to spend today buying things from business owners, at least one thing from all the business owners. And she was very rude to me. And I was like, what happened? Show me. And then she showed me a chat between herself and a customer. And what happened was she messaged this customer and she was like, I would like to get this item. And so the customer, and then the seller was like, what do you want to okay, this is the price. I think she said 10K or something. Then she said, okay, is this exactly what I'm getting, or is there going to be any deviation from this? And then next thing, the girl was became very, very insultive. Like, she was like, if you want to buy, buy. If you don't want to buy, why are you stressing me? And then she was like, I just want to know. And she was like, if you want to know, I don't know. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to know that this is this. And she was like, this is my first time messaging you. I don't even know you. I've only viewed your WhatsApp story. So her customer service was so bad. And she was like, I just deleted her number and I blocked her. And then so I had to message this person. I'm like, hey, what's up? What happened between yourself and this person? She was like, she just messaged my next thing. She's asking me questions. She's asking me questions if she's going to get exactly what she ordered. I'm like, she doesn't know you. This is social media where persons have done the most on social media. Talk about all the scams there is. We have social media for that. So this person asking you, am I getting any deviation from this? Or is this going to be the exact outfit I'll get? Is it going to be pink instead of this purple that I want to get? And that is your problem. That is why you were rude. You need to understand that your customer service is very important. Very, very important. If you want to kill a business, just give it like poor customer service. There are some persons that are so, so good. Their products are amazing, but their character is bad. They don't know how to respond to customers. When customers have bought things from them or when they are about to, they do not know how to. When a customer meets you and they're asking a whole lot of questions, no problem. Respond at your own time, which is why one of the reasons I say never make a quick deal. Respond at your own time. And then the last thing you would want is your consensus, I don't know, consensus. So that's the next, the last part of negotiation, which basically will be, okay, you try to make your calculations on how many persons, I mean, if you have other persons that have patronized you on this particular product, you can share your reviews with that person. You can share what they came, what you got to deliver. This is actually very good, which is one of the reasons why you have reviews. So you would reduce the amount of time you spend negotiating, because when persons want to when persons want to negotiate or something, or buy stuff from you, if you're not able to let them know that, okay, I am safe here, then they would have issues buying from you. So you said, yeah, I myself, I'm drawn to sellers who are patient and able to really listen to me. So here, before we end this whole thing, or I get questions from anyone, I will tell you one of the secrets I have to making sure that people buy from the persons I post on my WhatsApp page, on my WhatsApp story. So a business owner comes to meet me and tells me, hey, what's up? I want you to run a WhatsApp ad for me. And these are some of the things I do. First of all, if this person that's telling me to run a WhatsApp ad, if you are a rude person, I don't do ads for you. I'm very selective. Like, I could be very, very broke. Like, I don't have any money. And somebody comes to me and tells me I want to run a 3 days ad. And I know you are rude. I will not even bother. That's the type of person I am. I would not bother taking your money from you. No matter how broke I am, I would rather borrow than collect your money from you. That is one of the things I do. But what I do is, when I have someone that is cool, what I do is, I know you need to know the different things that would make someone not buy from you. So I try to note what are the things that will make somebody not buy from somebody. It's a situation whereby I don't have money, but I shall just want to know the price, which is I want to make inquiries, but I do not want to buy. That's one of those reasons. So what I do on every WhatsApp ad I post is I let these persons know that you can ask this person for only price and they will not even bother. Some of them, some of my clients who may offer maybe free consultation. For example, there's a hair brand I work with, Uden Okuta. She deals with natural hair and she offers free consultations. So if your hair is whatever, even if after that consultation, which may take, sometimes it may take up to an hour, sometimes it may just be 20 minutes, sometimes it may just be 5 minutes. Even if after everything she has finished talking, you don't buy anything from her, she's really not angry with you. It's not like she's trying not to be angry with you because you're a customer. She's just not angry with you. She's happy that you actually asked her a question. And she uses this in capturing like lots of clients because now you know that you can go meet her when you have hair problems and tell her, oh, I have this hair problem. And she's ready to listen to you. So I always put this that, oh, this person is you can make inquiries and this person does not have any problem with you. So always be open to inquiries. Be that brand that persons can talk to you. You are patient with them. You're not trying to rush them or anything. You're okay. You will respond to questions. My one of my closest friend, her name is Larina. I talk about her a whole lot. If someone knows, if you know me for a particular amount of time, must have heard of Larina from my mouth. And I talk about her. She sells human hairs and all of that. And I talk about her a lot because she has an awesome customer service. She sells affordable hairs, but most importantly, she's ready to take your questions. She educates her people. So you could come to her and tell her you want to buy one hair, but you don't know if it will fit you. And she's like, oh, send me a picture of you. And she's like, oh, okay. If it's something that will fit you, she will tell you yes. Or she could tell you that, okay, you could do this style. There are different styles. Start your favorite styles. And then she helps you select. She actually takes her time to know this customer. Now imagine meeting someone for the first time. You've not even gotten hair from her. And this person has already showed you if you do it like this. Persons tend to feel how do I put it, they tend to feel I really can't find the word, they tend to feel like they owe the other person something when this person does something good for them. So it's more like I give you my time and all of a sudden you want to give me your money. It's the same thing. Like it's just like when business coaches, they take free classes. They could tell you, oh, there's a free class, you come for the free class, they teach you everything. And then they tell you that I have a bundle of this. Aside the fact that you would also need that thing, you also feel like you need to give back to them for what they just gave to you. So that's one thing about business. You need to be able to take those inquiries. You need to also be able to answer questions from your customers. If you feel like it's stressful, go and take your frequently most asked questions. They're your frequently asked questions, your most asked questions. Note all of them down. Put them somewhere now, since almost everybody is on social media. When it comes to Instagram, there's something called quick replies there. So you could just put the quick replies, answer the question. Or on your WhatsApp, I think we still have the same thing, quick replies. If you're an offline business, you should know all the questions that persons ask. You should know all the objections that may come up. Somebody may tell you it's the price. Somebody may tell you it's the color. Somebody may tell you it's their payment pattern or whatever it is. There is always an excuse that a customer may have. Find your answer, your response for that. You need to script those things, be intentional about it. So in the I told you I'm going to have a talk with Mame Bailey as regards some things. So I would also add some sales scripts. I'll give you 5 sales scripts for free. 5 sales scripts that could help you. So in case someone comes to you and tells you this is my objection, this could be a good response for you. So ranging from price to easy competition. So more like Miss Iwino that says something about having other persons around you that sell the same thing that you sell, and they could easily go to these persons. And so somebody pulls up a script to you. Somebody pulls up a script or something to you that, oh, this is it, I don't have enough money. How do you respond to this? Or someone else is selling it cheaper. How do you respond to it? So all of this, I am also going to be giving like deep details on them. So that's all for today. So if there are questions, please ask your questions. I'm actually willing to take your questions.
Okay, Miss Zizi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your class. It was really enlightening.
You're welcome.
But about this consensus,
Yeah.
I didn't really get. I didn't get it like that. Please, can you just explain a little more about it?
Okay. I will. I will now. Um, is there any other question so I can take all of them at once? Does any other person have a question that I could take?
You can go on, Zizi.
Hmm.
Any
Okay,
any
I can go on.
question? Yeah, you can go on. You can send your questions. There's a link at the comment section. So you just send your questions there. Chat. Yeah, you can go on now.
Okay then. Okay, so for the consensus, it's more like an agreement. So it's an agreement between for it's on two steps. So when it comes to consensus, it's on two steps. Number one is between yourself and the client, and number two is between yourself and previous clients. So how this works for offline businesses, I would study it and then let you know for on Sunday. But I could also give you some tips. So it's more like number one is where I said be agreeable. The consensus comes in the part where this person says, "Oh, this thing is expensive," and you agree with them. Just be agreeable in business. Don't argue with whoever it is on the other side. The second thing is there are persons who have purchased items from you before. They enjoy their service. Sometimes people just want to know that they are not the only ones, which is one of the reasons why one of the things that bring a lot of customers to business owners or increase sales, the rate of sales in a business is your reviews. What are other people saying about your business? If somebody is coming to me and telling me that they want to run a marketing, they want to know, they want to market something, they want to run a marketing campaign or whatever, but one thing they don't know how to go about it, and I tell you, oh, I can help you out with that. Maybe so and so is the price. Let's assume I tell you that it's 10K, it's 20K, or it's 50K, or it's 100K, whichever. I tell this person, and the person says, "Oh, I don't have this money." Sometimes it's not really the money, it's that I don't believe you can do it for me. So what I could do, I could pull up some reviews. Oh, this is what someone has said. This is the result this person got. Maybe this person wants to run ads on Facebook and they're like, "Can you teach me?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can." And they're like, "Oh, I don't know if you can teach me." And then I tell you, "Okay, this is the review. This is what I did for somebody else." So consensus is more like agreeing, like showing this other person that other persons have agreed with me, or you agreeing with this person. So when you get to that stage, then you're able to close your deal. You're able to close whatever negotiation it is that you have started with this person. Basically, that's how consensus works.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Are there any other questions that I need to take note of? Are we
Thank you
done?
very much, Zizi. Okay, there's a question.
Okay. What question is that?
Okay. Okay, I thought someone wanted to ask a question.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think so.
All right. All right. So thank you so much, Zizi. Please, if you have any question, there's a link below on this comment section. You can just click on that link and chat with us, send your questions in, and would gladly answer them. Zizi, you are going to share some documents with us, right?
Yes, I will. I will on that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I'll share it with everyone so we can all get it,
Okay.
as well as the response to any other thing that was asked today. I would also share a more detailed response to them.
That's good. That's good. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. Really, one thing I am going to take home now is trying to understand my customers, trying to find or know their problems so that whatever service I'm offering, when it comes to negotiation, I'll be able to give them that something that is what well, something that is that would be what um I'll be worth it, something that'll be worth it. So I'm very, very happy and I've learned that. In fact, I'm going to practice throughout this week. Seriously, I have to practice it, especially when it comes
Yeah.
to onion. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Practice it. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for making our time to attend webinar. We'll send you the recording and also the documents that from Zizi. Thank you. So have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your week, your day. Okay. Someone
Thank
has
you.
a question.
Oh, okay, yes, you
Daniel,
can ask your question.
please do.
Ask your question.
All right. Good evening. Can you
Good
hear me?
evening. Yeah,
All right. So, I think this is
I
still
can hear
part of
you.
negotiation. Okay. I think this is still part of negotiation
Okay.
also. But let's a graphic designer. Okay. And there are some people
Okay.
who need box of design sometimes, and sometimes I just try to because I design with my phone and I want to charge, but I do not know how to charge in such a way that they will not feel okay, this guy is not professional, and I don't want to chat in
Mm-hmm.
such a way that you don't feel this guy is actually greedy in such in a way, you understand? Because when people
Yeah.
hear that, oh yeah, it's phone graphic designer, then they be like, oh, backward or something like that. But in the case of bulk design, how bulk design services, or maybe you're doing a video editing, or you're selling stuff that needs to be delivered in bulk, how do you cut down your prices to a, I don't know how to put it, to an okay price? Yeah, let me put it that way.
Okay. So if I get what you're saying, basically it's more like a situation whereby it's not just someone coming to meet you to tell you this is the logo. So for example, you know the cost of a logo. But now this person is telling you, I want to get a logo, a business card design. I also want to get a mock up, something, something, and all that. So trying to create a price that is okay with that customer, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay. So if that's it, I will tell you this: no price is okay for any customer, to be very honest with you. Whatever value you put on your price is what people would feel is valuable enough. So there are stages of businesses. Now, for example, you may be so careful with yourself and you say things like, okay, I just want to charge for business card, one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, and I'm just going to charge for 15K. You may meet a client that feels that, oh wow, this thing is very cheap. Oh. And then there may be another person that feels, oh my god, this is very expensive. I know somebody that will do it for me 5K. And the person may actually do a very good work, if I'll be honest. But then the person may also know somebody that will do it for 5K and will do a work job. It's just the same way, the same skills you have, the same way you do things from your phone. You're not the first graphic designer I've seen that does things from your phone. I don't know how you do yours. I have a friend who is a graphic designer and her own graphic design is not even like she does them from Canva. I don't know how you do yours, but she does them from Canva. So she does all her designs from Canva. She's
Yeah,
subscribed there, so
I
she does her designs from Canva. And she will charge you, she would bill you. There's someone who on Instagram, he's, I don't know if they call him the Canva boss or something. He takes you classes on Canva, classes on how to create posters, Instagram stuff on Canva. Just that one topic, how to create like this graphic ad you can use to post your thing. So he takes just that course, a bundle. It can take you 21,500 naira. He's just teaching you. It's a 45 minutes class. It's you using the free version. That is all. He's just teaching you that one thing and he's going to dump you. And that's it. So your price, the price that you're giving to persons, there's never going to be an okay price. Whatever price is okay with you is what you stick with. So you could come up and say, okay, what are the different forms of bundles that could come up? So is it the business card bundle? Is it this? Is it that? How long is it going to take me? That's where it comes to pricing. That's where pricing comes up. So what is it going to take me? And then value whatever it is and then give it to this customer. Then know the lowest that you can go to when it comes to your pricing. And also bear it in mind that this person may not be your customer. So move ahead if they decide not to. And then also do your best to put in a lot into your marketing. When people hear of marketing, first thing they think of is many money that they are going to use to promote on Instagram and WhatsApp, which is where people make a lot of mistakes. Um, I can count how many times I have paid WhatsApp persons to do things for me. I've only done that 4 times. 4 times since 20 2017 was when I officially started. I came into the business circle, and I've only done ads 4 times, and I only did ads this year. And this year when I did the ads, I regretted it because they did not give me enough. I wanted them to give me 1,000 contacts each, because I mean, they could boast of having 9,000 views. I was going to have a free class, so they should be able to give me 1,000 persons each. They couldn't. So I did my marketing by myself without having to pay anybody. I was able to get 1,500 persons on my own, without anybody. So instead of focusing on some other things, sometimes create your price. Let your price list. There's no okay price list. Somebody will complain about your price. Just know it. If you do this thing for 10,000 naira, somebody will complain 10,000 naira is too much. If you decide to start doing it for 5,000 naira, somebody will complain that 5,000 naira is too much. Even if it's an app you're using to do your graphic design, hold it with your chest. Understand your value. Your time is your money, my guy. Your time is your money. So since you know now that your time is money for you, you can decide that, okay, this is what I'm going to charge persons. Get your bundle together. Put in the best prices that you think. Put in your time in place, your bills in place, your cost in place. Because it's not just fixing a price. How much do you spend on data? How much data are you going to spend on that particular thing? How much data do you spend in general? Your mental, you thinking of the best way to design this thing for this person, to get what they want. These are some of the things you need to put in place, and then you're like, good, this is what I'm going to give this person. So no matter what it is you do, I do a whole lot of work for persons, and I do them on my own. So your marketing is key. Don't always think of money when it comes to marketing. That's a mistake people make. All the businesses I have ever started in my life, I have started them with zero capital. I don't use any money to start my business. No, none. I have data and I have a phone. That is all I need. Whatever price I want to give you, I will give you that price with my full chest, and then go on with marketing. So marketing will kind of help you reduce, because you'll be able to know, this is what I want. So if this person says my price is not okay for them, you're going to move forward to the next person. So marketing, you don't necessarily need to use money. You can use zero amount of money, and you will get everything you need to get. I like, when it comes to, for example, like the whole marketing thing, when it comes to this whole marketing thing, you could decide to get into WhatsApp groups. You could decide to, I have different marketing patterns I use. Zero capital marketing strategies I use them for my clients. When clients come to me and tell me I don't have enough WhatsApp views, I tell them, okay, this is the marketing strategy to use to increase it by so and so percent within a day, within something hours. I let them know, this is it. Use this, use that, and they're able to achieve that. So I think when you have when you have a whole lot of clients, do you get, when somebody tells you they can't afford you, or the price is not okay, you really don't bother about it, because you're even trying to remove some people from your schedule because you need space. So whatever price you feel is the price you want, put it there. If they don't want it, okay, you move forward with life. Just make sure that you try to make sure that you let them know that you are fine with them. You're fine with whatever it is, but this is your price. Stick to your price. Or in fact, go forward. Tell them that this is the bundle. You could even add so and so amount if they are willing to pay so and so extra amounts. Move forward, price forward. Just keep pricing forward. You actually be very surprised at how many persons would even pay more, because they're complaining about maybe the 20K charge fee you just gave them, and now you're telling them to pay 30K for so and so to be added to it, and they will take up the 30K. So price forward, there's no okay price. There is no okay price. You offer service. You are using your strength and everything, your mind, and your mind is of so much value. So there is no okay price. There's no okay price for your creativity. So yeah, I think that's that for that.
Yeah,
Did I answer your question?
yeah, you did quite well. But I think my key takeaways are, I should have like a fixed this thing bundle. Is that what you advise
Yes.
also? Like, just
Yes.
have a
Look
fixed
for all the
bundle.
possible things that persons could want from you. So are they looking for posters? Are they looking for business cards? Find a price for all of them. So someone could even come to you for just a logo, and you give them the logo price, and you could tell them that you have some other bundles that are available that could give them the logo and a business card. They should check some other of the bundles you have. You could put them in, just since you're good, you should be good with using apps to
Like a
make
price
them. You
list.
could create a price list. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So persons know that if they're going for just logo, this logo and this, there should be some form of price difference that makes them more comfortable. Do you understand? But yeah, so put that prices, put them in bundles, so it's easy. So think of all the possible things, all the jobs you can do. Look at all the jobs people have asked you for, both the ones that paid you, the ones that didn't pay you because they felt you were expensive or whatever reason it is they had. Maybe they felt you were a scam or something. Bring all of those things they have asked you for, create them into different bundles and in single positions, create a price for them. And that price is your price, because honestly, being a graphic designer is a whole lot. It's creativity on its own. So don't underprice yourself. Stick with your guts. Focus on your marketing, getting new sets of customers, increasing your customer service and your customer growth and retention strategies. Just like Study Hub said here, carefully outline your cost. Know what is your data is going. Light, in case you're going to have to buy fuel or whatever it is, put that cost in mind. Your power bank, you have to charge your power bank or whatever other thing you're using, ensuring that you're online. Do you have to do research? What is it going to take you? Whatever it is, just put it down. Outline your cost so that you know that, okay, for your subscription is like one of the most important things. So put that there. When you outline your cost, then how much do I now want to charge? So most times, one of the problem is that you just know how much you want to charge. You don't even know how much it's going to cost. What cost you're already inquiring from whatever it is you're doing. So those little things, take note of them. Just take note of them so that when you now put the cost and you now put what you want, this person pays you and you don't feel bad when you are doing the job, because you already know they've paid you to sort out whatever it is you're going to use to do what they want, and now you have extra money to yourself. So those are the major things I need to know. Just take note of everything, your cost and the value of what you want to do. Put it there. You may not be paid as much as the value you want right now, but then you will be paid. You can go check out the price for Nike. You see that Nike logo that just goes 1, 2, or whatever it is they did there. You could go check out how much the graphic designer charged Nike or Nike or Nike for what they did, and you would find out that really there's no price. There's really no price to creativity. You just choose what you want and go with it.
Thank you very much, Zizi.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
Zizi.
welcome anytime. Yeah. So I think I'm good. Is there any other question from anybody?
So they'll just send in their questions later. So we'll
Okay
just
then.
send them to you.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Lily. Thank you so much, guys. This is how we close the webinar for today. I am so happy that I participated in this. I don't know about you guys, but me, I am so happy. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.